After all of these years of doing these walk and talks, I'm not quite sure I know what that building is supposed to be.
Um, I believe Gideon found it. Hi guys, I'm Jeremiah. I'm at Epcot. That's Luke. He's down the road in air conditioning. Yeah, I think Gideon actually put that together, if I remember correctly, and that is just some random apartment building that I was like, that's just weird.
I
But
mean, it looks like a very nice apartment building. I mean, obviously the building I'm in right now, LPHQ. Yeah. Hi, I'm Luke. I'm here at LPHQ, and just like you said, just down the street from me, Jeremiah is standing underneath Spaceship Earth. About to start our walk and talk through EPCOT Center. Welcome,
no, no,
Jeremiah. How are
no.
you doing?
You weren't even born when this was still Epcot Center, by the way.
Yes, I was actually.
What
Did
year
it
were you
start with?
born?
Did it start with Epcot 94 or Epcot 95?
94.
Okay, so maybe. Yeah, I think I missed it by a year. How you doing, Jeremiah?
I'm good. How are you, Luke?
Oh, doing good. And
Please, people,
welcome.
join in.
Well, I was just going to say welcome to Fred Ramirez, who is saying greetings. Fred, I saw that you were commenting on our co-stream earlier today about Marvel. So we didn't have a morning show today because we had something a little different for us. We got the chance to co-stream the reveal of a new game from Marvel.
Well, today is Earth's mightiest day. It is 616 day.
Yeah, which was something I did not know about until I had to write an article about it today, and wasn't aware.
So that backs up. I talked to one of my friends at Marvel, and I was saying, happy 616 day. He's like, I said, this needs to be a bigger thing. He goes, it actually is a bigger thing. We just need more fans to get on it. I'm like, uh, it's not a bigger thing then. Uh, but no, as a comic book nerd, and those of you who don't understand, and that's probably all of you, 616 is when DC started their multiverse in the 40s, I want to say. They started doing numbered universes and lettered universes. So Earth 1 was the current one, and Earth 2 had the original Batman and original Superman on it. Don't ask why they did that. Um, and then as that went on, at one point, I think Marvel originated the joke of their world is 616 or their universe. So it's actually them playing off of DC starting something. And it's just become the thing where we are universe 616 in the Marvel universe, the cinematic universe. If you watch Deadpool, they talk about the different universe numbers. So yeah, it's
Interesting.
it's a nerdy thing. Speaking of nerdy things, look at all these tables with all these pin traders now.
And honestly, a nice spot for it to happen. Nice and shaded, not blocking a main pathway into the park. I think it's it's a good spot for it.
Yeah,
We're gonna
go on.
just real quick say hello to, and I am so sorry if I butchered the name, LaQuain, asking how we're doing, and we're doing very well. Jeremiah, I know you're doing great because you're at Epcot, but also might be a little bit overheating because it's very warm out today.
Yeah, and so far I've spent most of the time I was on the other side of the park and I did the Seas with Nemo and Friends, which exciting news out of that. The escalators are working again and
Woo!
lit very well. And then I did the land, which there's nothing new on Living the Land. Oh, monorail.
Oh, good time.
And then I went over and did Imagination with Figment, and that I was thinking we are coming up on July 22nd. We'll open the third iteration of Test Track. Test Track closed before the original Imagination closed because I was here after World of Motion had closed, and I saw the original. Oh no, with all the delays, I don't remember if
Yeah. So
Imagination had closed.
World of Motion closed in '96, and then Test Track opened in '99. The original Journey into Imagination closed in '98, and the Journey into Your Imagination, the interim one with Little Figment, opened in '99. So Test Track and Figment are about the same age, at
Yes,
least
and
the not good Figment.
Test Track is now coming up on its third iteration, and Figment on it's still like 1.5.
Now, I haven't seen Test Track in person since the walls came down, but this looks so much nicer than before.
It looks so nice, and they have. Um, I'm not going to walk up much further because then we're just mostly looking over the shrubbery. But they have the digital signs, which are some of the crispest digital signs I've seen in a long time. They have the single rider lightning lane. So if you have a lightning lane for 407, come now. And then they have the standby entrance with no wait.
And we're burying the lead here because today they revealed that Test Track will be reopening on July 22nd, which is a Tuesday, which I thought was kind of a random day. But yeah, we finally have the date for when we'll get to go back on riding Test Track, and there'll be AP previews, cast member previews, DVC previews, and all of that prior to it opening.
They really called out in the article 3 views for everything, which is surprising because I can remember back in the day where they didn't even acknowledge DVC, much less Club 33 or Golden Oak, but they call out all of those will be getting previews at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been running off and on. Haven't heard anybody on it. I did hear from a little birdie that their cast member previews will be starting very soon. And then, as we said, AP and all that. But you think about it, that's just over a month away.
Oh yeah,
So
not long at all, and it's only 2 days after Disney's Starlight debuts at the Magic Kingdom. So there's quite a bit going on.
yeah, I mean, for everybody saying, "Oh, not much is happening," there's a lot happening. And then, later in the summer, Beacon Barrel will open over at Magic Kingdom. Also,
Yes, yes, yes,
we
yes.
have the Cool Kids Summer stuff going on right now, which seems to just every time I turn around, they seem to be adding something new to it. Because we have the fail show, which is very cute, and please put the link to that video in the notes if you can, Luke.
Yeah.
And they've added a juggling show here, which I saw the end of. And if you get a chance to go back and watch the video from Disney's Hollywood Studios, I believe last summer where they had the jugglers, it is, I believe, the exact same show. I watched some of it, and it was very much the same tricks and pulling the audience in, but without Donald coming in.
Before we leave the area, do you want to see if we can see anything from the exit of Test Track?
Yeah, I'm heading over that way so we can take a look at the sign for the new shop.
Woo!
It's no longer the Test Track Simporium.
Simporium was a wonderful name. I'm gonna miss that name for it.
It was a wonderful name in 2000, and no, that's been the name since its opening in '99, I guess. But they definitely just kind of dumbed it down to just the beer shop.
While we head over there, I'm going to read a comment that will go over my head, but if Doobie's watching, he'll get it. It's the silver/white spaceship Earth. Doobie will
Yeah.
get it.
No, he always argues what color spaceship Earth is.
Oh, it's definitely silver.
Yeah, he's a white believer. Okay, moving right along. Did you see these cool lamps?
No, but they do look a lot like some of the other ones that they've installed over the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, I walked up and I was taking pictures, and then I just look up and like, it's a neat lamp. I just hope that it provides enough light, yeah, as the day goes on. Is there are some lamps, and here's a good, you know, juxtaposition. New lamp on the right, old lamp on the left.
Oh, that's also really weird not seeing the food booth there.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, well, never
Yeah.
mind then.
Since there's no festival, it's like, because usually they have it just as a grab and go, but yeah, nothing
Nothing at the moment.
is open for your frozen Coke slushies. I'm not sure.
Saying hello to Ryan, who is excited for his big Disney cruise vacation coming up.
Oh, take us with you,
Welcome.
Ryan.
Oh, I'm looking into the possibility of one for August, and I'm hoping
I
it gets to happen.
I know that there are some going on right now, which are at a lower rate because we're, kicking off hurricane season.
Yep, that's something you always got to think about, isn't it?
Sorry, they just did a verbal announcement in test track. And they didn't hear what it was, but not that we can hear anything.
Yeah, I would imagine that like a cast member powering up kind of spiel or something like
Yeah.
that. Fred asks, "What are your predictions for Elio this weekend?" He's seen some good reviews on Twitter.
Well, I think it's
I've
going
seen
to
some
be
decent
pretty good.
reviews. Yeah. Pixar usually doesn't disappoint.
Yeah.
There's been a few duds here and there, but I'm pretty excited for this one. I know Tony would be talking through proclaiming his love for it before even seeing it. I'm not
Yeah.
quite as excited as he probably is, but I'm definitely interested to check it out.
Here we are in the Odyssey, where they've moved the pianist from over at the Rose and Crown pub. There are show times, so if you need just a time to sit and relax, this is the place to come. Because the AC in here is amazing. The
Oh
other day
yeah,
when I was here, this saved me. And then I did the jump from one AC to the next, where I did this. Then I went and sat in the American Adventure Lounge, or not lounge, American Adventure lobby to, of course, watch with Liberty. Uh, and then the AP lounge that they have currently in Morocco, which I'm not overly fond of that location, just because I feel like it could be used for so much more. But there is space in there. That was nice.
I feel like I would also prefer an AP lounge somewhere more centrally located in the park, somewhere like the Odyssey that is easy to get to from whether you're in the front of the park or whether you're in World Showcase.
Yeah.
You kind of have to make a special trek all the way back there to do it.
Yes, it is definitely a trek. And one of the things that you'll notice, and by you'll, I mean you and everybody watching at home, park's not that busy. And this
Yeah,
has
it
been the
doesn't seem that
standard.
busy.
No, I've been, in the parks just about every day or every other day for the past couple of weeks. And this is the standard. Like, there isn't a huge crowd. Summer is no longer the busy season. So if you're looking to get here when it's not too busy, go over to our friends at Mouse Brand Travel. The link will pop up in a second. And
You were a little too quick for me.
I know. I tried that. And book your trip out here in the next few weeks. I mean, I would say get out here. Not that July 20th or 22nd will probably be a massive busy time, but if you can get out here before that, it'll be nice. And then after that, you could see the brand new nighttime show, Starlight Dream the Night Away, and Test Track 3.0 on the 22nd. So there's a lot
Test
coming
track,
soon.
ride the day away. Thank you.
That's
Um,
good. That was good.
so Fred actually was talking about the box office predictions for Leo. I'm not sure how Pixar movies have done recently, box office wise. I don't think they've been reaching kind of the highs of like Marvel movies over the last few years, but I'm sure it'll do good at least.
Yeah, that's the thing, in the back in the day when we would know when every summer release was coming out, we'd be anticipating it and have our tickets. I I have the AMC Stubs AMC A list. So I normally will just book my ticket the day of and go to whatever show is available. But I'm pretty sure Elio had a very good initial sales day. But
Okay.
I don't recall, I don't think it was one of those record breaking days, but I think it'll do very decent. There isn't anything that's standing out to me that's coming out this weekend other than Elio. So a good time to get out into the sun and go see a book.
Absolutely, yeah. I tell you, coming from the point of view of a Disney fan, this might be a little sacrilege, but I'm more excited for Megan 2.0 than I am for Elio.
And,
That's coming out the following week, and that looks like
yeah,
a blast.
no, I was late on the Megan train. Like after we talked about it, I put it on Netflix one day. I was like, oh, it's a very fun movie, and I am looking
Hmm.
forward to this updated or the sequel. I know that they just launched a viral campaign today, and I kept trying to sign up for it, but it wouldn't let me. So poo-poo on it.
Folks,
See
we
this?
are walking around World Showcase, and we're at the China Pavilion right now. So if you have any questions for us or anything you want us to check out while we head around the world, please let us know.
I'm going to stop in the shade for a second, check my phone. Yeah, too hot. I'm trying to remember where I was when I was doing the flag retreat yesterday. Was that yesterday? Was that yesterday?
Uh, 2 days ago.
Thank you. I was holding my phone with my fingers and I could feel it almost burning my finger. Like, this isn't good.
Yeah, that's probably not good. Using the gimbal makes a little bit more sense for your hands.
Yeah, but I'm much more of a free hand. Like I like to have the freedom to move, but that was standing in one place recording. Go watch that video and just check out that article about the Army's 250th anniversary on the 14th. It's a special day.
Yeah, you can check that out. We have a video of the flag retreat from the Magic Kingdom and also the flag retreat over at Disneyland. So you can kind of see how they celebrated the same thing on both coasts.
Well, see, this just hurts my head. Yes, it's a Monday, but it's also June, end of June, middle of June, and
I think
I could
I
throw
think
a
the
rock and
last
not
time
hit people.
I think the last time you and I did a walk and talk at Epcot, you either got caught by the bridge here or you ran to get through it.
Yeah, don't have to worry about that because all of the luminous barges are out and they're actually testing the lighting. I don't know how well or if you can see it at all, but they're doing the lighting
I
testing
saw
for it.
something off in the distance, nothing too distinguishable, but
Yeah.
Fred is not excited for Megan 2.0 at all, but is more interested in Elio and the F1 movie.
Yeah, I feel like F1 is going to be a sleeper hit. That seems to be something that has a lot of interest in it, but it's not something that I feel is being talked about a lot.
Yeah, or maybe I'm just not in that sector of the world.
Yeah, no, that is definitely the case also. But I've seen off and on things about it. I know that Disney is doing a lot to promote F1, but it's not. It, Elio is, I want to say, what they're focusing on the most right now.
Well, I don't think F1 is a Disney movie.
No, it's not. But they're the Disney with the racing car thing is what I meant.
Oh, yes, yes. They have their collaboration with
Yeah,
Formula One, which might play into something to do with Disney Abu Dhabi, because they, of course, have the same people that are building Disney Abu Dhabi also own and operate Ferrari World.
yes. Well, they also own and operate Warner Brother World too, which
Yes.
I I I'm definitely not upset about the potential of going to Abu Dhabi for Disney because I really want to go to Warner Brother World also.
Yeah, Warner Brothers World looks great,
And the
as does
SeaWorld
Ferrari
park.
World. Yeah, yeah. All honestly, all of them look great.
Yeah. So here we are in Germany at over there is the teddy bear shop, home of the surprise annual pass character that you would expect in the teddy bear shop, Dopey.
Yes. How have the lines been for the annual pass holder meet and greet?
Not much. I know when
Okay.
I did it the other day, like there were 3 people inside. And the nice thing is, it is they have this small queue inside to accommodate and to keep the cool because staying out in the sun, I, I, I can't imagine waiting for attractions outside. And that is partially me being a theme park snob, but also it's got pretty hot.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like they planted more trees here.
It
I just don't.
definitely looks like that could be it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks.
these look like they are newer because they have them all around.
Yeah, it definitely looks a little bit more luscious than it typically does.
I don't think any of the trains are running down this way.
Well, there's
Really
no
sad.
festival, so
Yeah. Last time I was here, they still had some of the Flower and Garden Festival banners out. Looks like they've gotten all of those down. So the little people aren't celebrating any festivals anymore. Oh, I think we could have breaking news. I think there could have been a train derailment.
oh no.
Yep, I can see it just barely in the tunnel. So maybe on the other side there is a massive derailment.
Saying hello to Ray. Welcome, Ray. Thanks for joining. Fred Ramirez is asking, what do you think Disney will do next year in terms of teaming up with Formula One? Personally, I have no idea. Do you have any thoughts, Jeremiah?
No, I think it is a good team up. It there's I would say there's always crossover no matter who Disney teams up with. But with Formula
Mm-hmm.
One, it's definitely bringing in a whole new group of people.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Any way to expand their reach. I mean, that's obviously what any business is going to do. And I think this is just another cool opportunity for that.
And of course, the tower is still under construction.
Yeah, it's been under construction for a little while now, right?
Yeah. I I know my perception of time and the theme parks is way off because I do feel like that the escalators in the Seas with Nemo and Friends have been down for multiple years, but I know it's probably only been a year. And the funniest thing, um, I invite you all to head over to our Instagram and look at the collaboration that we just did with WW magazine as far as the test track goes, because it's my footage from test track on one of its last days, and that was 1 year ago today. And
That's crazy.
I paused and I was like, no, test track's been down longer than that. Nope.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought it was longer. For some reason, I thought it closed in January or sometime around there. But no, it's would have been closed for just a little over a year by the time it reopens.
Yeah, that's just, hey, they can do it. Ah, so funny thing, I, since this has been put out, have thought that this was just fake. Like they don't actually put stuff in there. They don't smoke stuff. Um, I walked by here and they were actually pulling meat out of there. They smoked turkey legs as well as some of the other barbecue stuff from not only Regal Eagle but some of the stuff that they sell around American Adventure and over in the other areas in the front of the park. So it's, you know, Disney
You know,
things
for the
practical and
and for those of you missing Pizza Rizzo, we still have a Muppets themed restaurant. You just got to go to Epcot.
yeah. And I want to say it's almost more themed than Pizza Rizzo was.
I think I agree, and it's better food too.
Oh, absolutely. I could eat at Regal Eagle every day, and it is usually my go-to for many reasons.
The good old American Adventure.
Yeah, I can't believe that it's almost 4:30 also. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 4:30, right?
Yes, yeah, almost 4:30 coming up on it.
Yeah. And then just look straight ahead. Like this is Epcot right now. I don't know
Yeah,
how the wait times for Frozen or Remy's is right now, but this used to be like January when I'd come to the. This is how the park would be. Pretty
let's
sure
take a look.
the line over there for Rock and Hans is probably the longest line that we'll see all day.
So let's take a look at some of the wait times right now in Epcot. Still, everything that you would expect to be busy is busy, but Frozen has a 55-minute wait.
Not bad.
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure has a 65-minute wait, which is
That's bad.
actually longer than the 1 hour wait for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
Which is so weird. You and I have both been to Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney Studios Park, and we've seen Remy's over there have no line and then a massive line, just depending on what the season is. But I I come here and I never actually think that the line will be that long for it, but somehow it is.
I mean, the good thing about Remy's is it does have a single rider line, so if you're
Yeah.
there solo or you're willing to split up, that does make it a little easier. Right now, Mission Space has a 25-minute wait, so maybe everyone's just actually inside somewhere.
That would definitely make sense because if I weren't walking right now, I'd be inside somewhere also.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but yeah, overall not too busy. I mean, 20 minutes for Soarin' is not bad at all.
no, I went on the land or living with the land, and it was a 20-minute wait. But you look at the queue and you're like, that's more than 20 minutes. Um, but it was just nice to sit down and enjoy that cool air. Yeah, just beautiful. Like if only the sun wasn't trying to kill us, it would be
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. It's times like this where you sometimes hope for an afternoon shower just to cool it down a little bit.
And then pray that the humidity stays away afterwards. this is one of those booths I feel like should be gone. Like it's not being used for scary dolls or art or flowers, and it's one of the bigger locations. I feel like it's two steps away from becoming a permanent booth out there at all times.
I was going to say those are some scary dolls.
Yeah. So here we walk into Morocco, which right now, if you're an annual pass holder, you can head back to the former Marrakesh restaurant, and there's an annual pass lounge. They offer you some water, some chips. There's some tea in there. I'm not a tea drinker, but people were appreciating that and drinking it very quickly.
Yeah, I would almost prefer they have. I think once before they had like iced coffee available as well,
Yeah, I
and I
believe
think
they did.
and they don't have that currently for the annual pass holder lounge, or at least when I was there. And that would get me to go in there. Give me some free iced coffee, absolutely.
No, the worst part for me was the water wasn't even cold. I
Oh
ran in
yeah,
there and it's just like lukewarm. Not
what
sorry. Uh
what's the point?
yeah.
Folks, we're continuing our walk around the World Showcase. We're between Morocco and France
Um,
right now. So if you've got any questions for us, anything you want us to check out, please let us know.
tell us what your favorite World Showcase pavilion is, please, and why.
What's your favorite World Showcase pavilion, Jeremiah, and
Um,
why?
I well, American Adventure for Voice of Liberty. That's anybody that knows me knows that I have a Voice of the Liberty obsession. But if I had to choose one that is outside of that, I'd probably go with France. But France early in the morning when I can go see impressions from, not just Beauty and the Beast sing along.
Yeah, or late in the evening too.
Yes, get me a good quiche from the walk up or a crepe from the restaurant in the back. I've not had one of those in a long time.
I think vibe wise and just general feeling of the pavilion, I think my favorite is Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico's always nice because it's inside and it's
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 inside, it's
very
very relaxing.
yeah. As long as there isn't a 3 hour wait for the tequila place.
I can tell you, I think my least favorite pavilion is Italy. Um, just because it's kind of wide open, there's not much to explore.
Yeah.
There's no attraction, and I'm not a particular fan of Italian food, so I never have any desire to eat there either. So it kind of just ends up at the bottom for me.
Yeah, I love Italian food and I could definitely go and eat the pizza there all the time. But yeah, it's
I do like the pizza,
I'm
but that's about it.
trying to think of what my least favorite would be. I think all of them are really well done. I One of the ones that always surprises me is UK. Like,
Mm,
it's nothing, but they have usually the great band in the back. The architecture is really nice. Good shops to walk and explore.
yeah, no, UK is a nice one, and I'm not just saying that because I'm from there.
Sure.
I actually do enjoy it.
And good fish and chips. Like, I'm a sucker on a cool day for good fish and chips.
Now, you could correct me if I'm wrong here, Jeremiah, but Ray says to try the food at the Bay Lake Tower Hotel. Is there food at the Bay Lake Tower Hotel?
No. Um,
Not, top does Top of the World have anything?
yeah, the DVC lounge up at the top has some small plates. And I've been up there, if you're a DVC member, you can go up there, watch the fireworks, and it's been villains themed for a while. So it's lots of fun. But I want to say it's just very small plates. But that's the only option for any dining at Bay Lake Tower. unless you want to BLT. Come
And
on.
of course, you can always head over to the Contemporary as well, which is
Yeah.
literally connected to it, and they have a lot of food options there.
No, yesterday I was over, or the day before when I was at the flag retreat, I was thinking of going over to Contemporary and getting something to eat. But it's the not so much the effort, but getting there is easy. Getting back can be a bit of a challenge. You can walk to back to Magic Kingdom, or you can just hop on the. Okay, I gotta stop. There is literally a cast member out here with a tray of water.
Oh
And
wow, that's nice. That's how it
here,
should be.
I'll make your job easy and take away the water from you, Joseph. Oh, thank you, sir. Free iced tea.
Free iced tea.
Yeah.
Wow, that's even better.
Of course, now I have the gimbal in one hand, the iced tea in the other. My fan is kind of in my other hand. So this is the angle we're looking at for a little bit. Yeah.
You know, that is the woes of being a theme park reporter, and also it is great to stay hydrated. So I do
Yeah.
not blame you one bit.
No, if it would have been water, I'd been like, okay, sure. But iced tea, I mean, I don't know if it's sweet or not. Probably not, because you guys don't have sweet tea in UK. But
Well, we're not asking. I don't think we're expecting things in Epcot to be entirely accurate.
nope, definitely not sweet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that doesn't
Uh,
surprise me too much.
and I'm not a tea person, but you give me a free cup of cold fluid, unless it's alcohol, I'll drink it.
Oh yeah, we are almost at the end of our World Showcase travels. We're coming up on the final pavilion.
I know. I okay. I must. It must be the heat because I'm walking pretty fast. Because I know the other day with the uh, Disney's Hollywood Studios, I think you pointed out I was under 45 minutes. Right now, I'm still under 40 minutes, and we've walked 3/4 of the park now. That's
Yeah, I mean, it also helps that there's not too many people in your way.
yes. This returned. This has been out for a while. I like what they did with it. It looks very nice.
Oh, I didn't even know it was gone.
Yeah, they had boxes over the bottoms for a while. But
Okay.
again, that's one of those little bit of behind the scenes for Laughing Place. There'll be times where people will say, "Oh, we should cover this," or "Here's something," and I'll look at it and go, "That's something that you, me, and maybe three other people would know," and then nobody else, like you, who has to write articles and be in the parks often, no clue that that was gone. Me, it'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
look, it's back."
Yeah. Yeah, that really is it.
Oh, so with the festivals gone, they've even removed all of the little tables over here.
Oh, that's a little
That's
surprising.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Like I think one of the last times I actually stopped and watched Luminous, we grabbed a table over here and grabbed some poutine from the refreshment port. Go for it.
I guess some poutine. So, Fred asks, how long have you been going to Walt Disney World?
I'll let you answer that first as I drink my tea.
Well, I think my first trip was when I was, like 10 months old or something like that. So it would have been, close to yearly since 1995.
So you have been going longer than I have been going to Walt Disney World. Well,
Really?
technically, my first trip was in 1980. Um, I came out. My mom, my sister, and I came out. We stayed at the Contemporary. We had a nice 2-day ticket for one park. I found that ticket years later, and we only used one day of it, and I still am upset about that. It was also one of the first times they'd shut down the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea attraction for refurbishment. So I never got a
Okay.
chance to actually ride that. I saw it dry. Uh, but then I didn't return until 96, just before the 25th anniversary stuff kicked off.
Oh, so
And
you
then,
missed out on the 20. You missed out on the castle cake.
oh no, I was here before they painted it, and then I came back in January of 97. So I have a chance to see the Pepto Bismol castle. And for all of you who were like, "Oh, that was the best thing ever," you never saw it.
Never saw it in person, at least,
Yeah,
because
the fact
yeah,
that
I can't imagine that
they
looked great.
they built a whole wedding pavilion because of that, because people were so upset that they had booked their weddings in front of the castle, and that was their castle was pink. So
Yeah,
they went and
yeah,
built the wedding pavilions for a beautiful view and haven't done anything like it since except toilet paper at one day.
yeah. That was absolutely a choice. Both times, a
Yeah.
choice. So where are we heading to now, sir?
That's we're gonna walk into Communicore and then we're gonna walk through Goofy Core. And we'll walk out that the other side and see what we can see. Also, here last week this was all cleared because of the Flower and Garden Festival clearing, and then somebody had come in with all these squares of sod and plop them down and try to water them to the point where they will live, but it right now just looks like bad sod.
Yeah, that does not look great.
Yeah. But hey, the horticulture team does some magic always.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll tell you the way that looks during Flower and Garden every year, incredible.
Yes.
Chef's kiss. Wonderful.
So have you've made it over here to see the cool kids summer stuff here at
I
Communicore
actually
Hall?
haven't yet. Not in
Oh,
person.
yeah,
Haven't been there since that kicked off.
it's a very nice air conditioned seating area. Um, every time I've gone in there, the kids are having a great time dancing and playing. But I've definitely gone in there when there's been more of the goof crew than there are guests or kids in there dancing, which is always entertaining and a little sad.
Yeah,
Like,
I can definitely imagine that happening pretty often.
but hey, I'm sure they don't mind because they get to just enjoy the air conditioning and dance around and have some fun.
Have a gooftastic summer.
Better than a tram casket. So
I don't know. I
right
love
now
that song.
we're learning the hand drive. This
It's
is
nice that
so
there's a lot of
entertaining.
it's nice that there's a lot of spots over there for the adults to sit down as well.
Yeah, I did that earlier. I came in here and definitely plopped down for a little bit.
Yeah,
The air conditioning in here is the newest air conditioning in the park, so it works very well.
yes. And are the cast members there? Are they handing out something fun to the kids,
Yeah,
or?
they're doing the EPCOT fun stuff as
Oh,
well
okay, that makes
as
sense.
yeah. They also hand out the kid map for EPCOT, so you can find out where the fun photo spots are, fun activities. One of the things, this is the 25th anniversary of pen trading. I, at some point, should walk and count how many pen boards I actually see in one day, because I don't even think in the height of pen trading in like '02, '03, it was ever as prominent as it is today.
Interesting. And the ability to find a decent pin on those boards is also
Oh, yeah.
sometimes pretty rough.
As somebody who's been pin trading since it was started, monorail. Hang on, let's just enjoy this view for a second.
We keep having good luck with monorail views.
Yeah, it's if you see a pin you like, that's great. You trade for that. As somebody who has been trading, like I said, since before it started, trying to find what we call real pins, not the scrappers, not the cheap stuff people buy off eBay and just stick on there for real pins. It gets very challenging. And as we referenced earlier, as I call it, the homeless encampment that used to be under Spaceship Earth for the pin trading, now has moved into that breezeway, which is very nice because they have the tables, they're not out in the sun, and they are not blocking the walkway.
Yeah, it is a better solution for everyone.
I wouldn't say I'd walk through Moana, but I see a bit of a crowd in there. So I think that could be a bit of a delay in that area.
And you know what? That makes so much sense. A chance to splash some water on yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a good idea on a day like today.
No, and that's one of the things I appreciate about that. It's very EPCOT, and this is something I've argued with a lot of people. It tells the story of the water. It incorporates a character, which is how you get people in there. And it's a splash zone. Like you can go in there, learn all you want, but hey, you get to splash your friends, you get to cool off. It's just a nice way to do that. And then I look at the artwork for stuff like the upcoming Monsters Land at Hollywood Studios, where it looks like they're putting a splash pad out front of Monsters that looks like it's just, canvas tenting and some fountains that'll jump around. Like,
Yeah,
make it something. I'm sure that they will include something monster-like in there, but
hope that it'll be a little bit better.
Yeah, the difference between Disney and other theme parks is that theming, and without it, you could go to your local just park that has fountains that kids play in.
Sure can.
Oh, let me see if I can show you something. So one of the concerns a lot of people had when Geo 82 is opening was, the congestion that would be near its entrance. And this is the entrance.
Oh, and we start to lose a signal as soon as he makes it inside. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, so
I'm
we can
back
kind
out.
of see we can kind of see the entrance, but it was getting a little bit fuzzy there.
Yeah. There's a hallway with a check-in table. The only thing that is, I don't even want to say it's not something positive because really nobody plays the games in there. The post-show area has become more of just a waiting area for the guests going to Geo 82. So is that a bad or good thing? Yeah.
I would say that is generally a good thing. More, I mean, maybe you get more people on the attraction. Maybe you get more people that are doing the games. So it could be.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a bad thing. There isn't a massive congestion in there, which is nice. It's just I personally haven't gone up there. I don't know if I'll actually. I'm sure I'll go up there at some point, but it's not anything because it is an adult only, 21 and over bar, and I don't drink. And I've heard their mocktails are nice and their different small plate offerings are nice, but it's nothing that I'm rushing in to get.
Yeah, it does. It does seem pretty expensive as well, which is the main thing keeping me away, sadly.
I know Tony enjoyed it when he went for the preview, but there's always a big difference between when it's a preview and we get free samples of stuff, and when you actually have to pay to go up there. And there are a few
Yep.
things that I will be like, yes, I will absolutely pay to go do that. Again, I don't drink, so there's no appeal for me to go up there.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. That makes so much sense for you. All right, Jeremiah, I think that wraps up our walk and talk.
Is that
We
only
seem to
50
have come,
minutes? What is going
we
on
seem
here?
to have come full circle in less than an hour
Fantastic.
around the very large EPCOT.
Yep, and that's how I lose 20 pounds during the summer.
So thank you very much for joining us, folks. Thanks for watching along and commenting. Thank you, Donna. We appreciate you watching. And for those of you who are looking to come out to the Walt Disney World Resort or the Disneyland Resort or any Disney destination, please go ahead and contact our friends over at mousefantravel.com. They will take all of the hassle out of your Disney vacation planning. And then some programming reminders. Stick around. We have, you guys are doing Disney Parks Talk tonight, right?
Correct. 2 hours, right? Hour?
Yeah, just about 2
5.
hours.
2 hours.
So,
2 hours. Means I get to
4
go home and
p.m.
shower.
4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's coming up later tonight. And then we'll have more stuff on your way tomorrow. We should have the morning show. We should have Disney Trivia Live, Barely Necessities. I believe there is trivia tomorrow, Fred Ramirez, but do not quote me.
Yeah, that's always that day. Juby always plans to have it, but if something happens, he makes that call. He is the big boss.
Oh, yeah. All right. So thank you very much, Jeremiah, for walking with us. And thank you all for watching.
Have fun.